And it's 8:23 Thursday morning. All right, so I thought I had a busy October. And then Catherine walked in and said, Rick, you got nothing. As she handed me her calendar here. Holy cow. Catherine Johnson, Spellbinders Executive Director, mentioned to you she would be dropping by, and she is here. This is crazy.
We have a busy October, but we're thrilled. And I have some good news to announce.
Yeah?
That Denver's Mayor Hancock and Governor Hickenlooper just declared October to be Spellbinders Oral Storytelling Month.
The whole month?
The whole month is
Good for
Spellbinders
you.
Oral Storytelling Month. So we hope with events across the state to get the storytelling bug into a lot of people.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been on the air here 24 years. I love sharing stories with guests, all the time. It's what motivated me to do what I do. And I love hearing stories. And I often talk about how we are in our own families pathetic storytellers, handing down from generation to generation stories of our own lives and sharing just other stories. And here comes an organization, and I've been familiar with Spellbinders, that seeks to do a little bit about that.
Right. So we have about 400 volunteers that we train as oral storytellers and then place them in their local classrooms.
Yeah.
It's one of the best, probably the best volunteer job around. The kids treat you like rock stars, but they go in the same classrooms once a month and tell stories. It helps build literacy, ignite imagination, because it makes kids build pictures with their own minds instead of having them delivered in either books or on screens increasingly these days.
Yeah.
But storytelling is really at the heart of the human condition. It's been happening for 300,000 years, and everyone is a natural storyteller.
Yep.
Our training just brings out the storyteller in you, helps rely on your own natural instincts so you can really make a big difference in the lives of children.
And every single person has a story.
Every single person has a story. Our lives are just made up of little snippets of stories.
Absolutely.
And then the fables and folk tales from cultures across the globe and throughout time really weave together our common humanity, showing glimpses of other cultures across time and how what they faced is very similar to what we face today.
Yeah. Different years, but same situations, right? Or similar situations.
Yes.
So first, before we even get into what's going on here in the month of October, Spellbinders has been around since 1990.
So we're 25 this year, celebrating our 25th anniversary.
And it is easy for you as an elder, I'll use that word, or somebody older, to become a volunteer. It's not a hard process.
It's not a hard process. Go to www.spellbinders.org. There's a contact button. That email goes right to me. You can look on our chapters, find out when they have upcoming trainings.
Okay.
Our chapters schedule trainings throughout the year. And I think the two scheduled in October are in Littleton and Boulder. And we just have great opportunities for anyone who wants to give back to their community in this way.
And is there like a minimum amount of volunteer hours somebody needs to do?
After the training, we ask that each volunteer take on at least one classroom and return there once a month. And so we have volunteers that serve one classroom. We also have a volunteer that serves over 50.
And how long would they typically be in the classroom that once a month?
Usually about 30 minutes.
Okay.
So you need to choose your stories in advance, and the training gives you lots of guidance in that, and develop a 30-minute program. So that's usually about 3 stories.
Okay.
And since most of the time is in the prep work, a lot of our storytellers would like to tell multiple times, so they might tell to all second grades in one school. So they go in the first Tuesday of the month and just hit all the second grades.
Okay, brilliant. It's just so well set out for you to be involved with this. And here's what's going to happen. I know this because I've been here a long time. What's going to happen is you're going to sign up so that you can go to the classroom. And immediately after the first class, you're going to find a young person or two that you're kind of sense a connection with or is reaching out to you. And before long, you're not only telling them stories, but you're talking to them about your life and about their life, and you're creating relationships as well.
And that's one of the keys of our program, that most of our volunteers have retired, and it's so important to your health to stay involved in your community and socially involved in later life.
Yep.
But research also shows that children that have connections to adults, good role models, that in addition to teachers, in addition to parents, do better academically, but also do better in scores of life success. So really building those community relationships are critical. And our storytellers are treated like rock stars. They can get mobbed in the grocery store, in restaurants, and often they'll be out and a sullen teenager, and I can say that because my daughter's about to be 13 next week.
I understand that.
Will all of a sudden light up and run up to one of our volunteers and say, and a 16-year-old will say, "You were my storyteller in second grade.
Nice.
I remember the story of."
Yeah.
And when you form that kind of community connection, that kind of positive adult role model, that pays dividends in that child's future.
All right. So we mentioned that the month of October is Spellbinders
Oral Storytelling Month.
So what are you doing starting later today?
Well, our volunteers certainly like to have fun, so we've decided to gift the state of Colorado with 25 straight days of storytelling. We actually challenged all our volunteers with 25 days, and I think we actually have over 30 on the records. It kicks off today at Seacrest Studio and Children's Hospital, where we'll be telling to the inpatients and outpatients there. So that's where I'm going right after this.
Okay.
And then tomorrow, our crazy volunteers, I think whose average age is about 65, want to set the world's record for the longest continual storytelling event. So in honor of our 25th anniversary, they will be telling 25 straight hours of stories at Denver's Union Station, both inside and out, kicking off at 4:25 tomorrow on Friday.
Nice. And then as I'm looking at this calendar, Grand Junction, LaPorte, Carbondale, Fort Collins, Erie, Denver, Longmont, Steamboat Springs, across the state and across our community here, telling stories all month.
Right. And so we have chapters all over the state. So go to www.spellbinders.org and you'll find some sort of storytelling performance near you. So we hope you come down and get it and catch the storytelling bug and decide that this is a great way that you can give back to your community, because children are really hungry for stories. As I said, it's at the heart of the human condition, but it's becoming a lost art. And so come out and hear us, cheer us on at 25 hours of storytelling, help us set our world's records with your enthusiasm, and then come out and see us at one of these great events across the state.
Perfect. It is spellbinders.org. Go to the website, get all the details about what's going on, not only for this month, but how you could become a storyteller yourself with them and get engaged and get involved, and you will not regret it. I promise you, rather than sitting at home on your couch every day, if you were to take one day and just take, a couple hours out of that day and then spend it engaging children, you will be better for it. You and the children. So that'll be awesome. Hey, thanks.
Thank you so much.
You bet, Catherine. Good to have you here. Spellbinders. It's fun to talk about places like that to do such good things for our community, isn't it?